Alright, starting back up shortly. I'm just clean my hands. Finish my last little bit that I'm chewing on, and then we'll begin. Chili roll, that sounds yummy. And my cat's in my way. I love you, Sam. You get some love. Anyone hear a cat purr? Come here, girl. Come here. Here you go. Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam. She's not purring at the moment. I hear my dog scratching herself. See? Okay, she's not purring right now. Okay, we tried. Okay, so it's time to resume. Game capture. Whoop. Okay, so we are back in. You said it's okay to go for the next time slot, so I am definitely going to save then. Save here. I'll save here instead. Alright. So let's start. Move to the next step. Yes. I never get tired of that view. I hate to say it, but if any time that there's one of these characters that she's on the screen and that's her name, like, this game will always be hilarious when taken out of context. You sit beside your moms and Lizzie as the four of you watch the sun dip into the ocean, somewhere far, far away. You like to imagine it cooling off in the water, resting itself before getting ready to shine brightly again tomorrow. Mommy? Sorry. That was a fun day. I didn't know they had magicians on the shopping street now. Artists knew what they had to do. You know it. You know it. You know that fans of this game are draw hilarious art. Neither did I. Oh no. Oh no, we are so dull. Let's go out more. He didn't do real magic, Mom. How did you find that one out? Duh. 'Cause I know. That's not what real magic looks like. Oh, Lizzie dear. There's all kinds of magic in the world. Lizzie gave Mommy a suspicious look, but didn't dispute the claim. Well, we can't just sit out here all night. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? Lizzie immediately let out a groan. Mom, summer's almost over. The protest was obvious. You could practically see on the horizon that you didn't want to spend your last little bits of freedom cooking from dinner. You could do that any other day. You put on your best puppy dog eyes. Oh, don't look at me like that. Like what? Soon we'll have homework and reading to do. We can't do work now, too. Lizzie made her case and then stomped her foot into the ground. You mimicked her, feeling that it would add something to the argument. Well... Oh, come on, Pam. I can help you with dinner. Oh, Mom's name's Pam. Ooh, lore drop. Lore drop. Mommy leaned in for a hug, and you knew you were very close to victory.
Okay.
All right. But as soon as dinner's ready, you lot are coming inside, and I said, oh, she says you lot, so she does have a British accent. That is not something that's commonly said here in the States. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. So much to do, so little time. Maybe I could get a seashell bracelet at Tines and Trinkets, or maybe the playground. Oh, ad break. Or the fireflies would currently be coming out. Okay, we will return in about 1 minute. Pardon me 1 second. Sam, what are you doing, Sam? So, for those of you who have paid for subs, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you can actually join our Discord. Our Discord is linked on my Twitch page. Just go to my Twitch page, and you can hop on our Discord and join us and chat me up any day of the week. Alternatively, if you haven't watched my drinking stream, I had a drinking stream on Halloween last week. It was actually considered one of my favorite streams to do, and one of my viewers' favorite streams. Although not everyone could make it, sadly. That was kind of tragic. But, you know, Halloween's Halloween, so I'm not going to bash them for that. But yeah, I got completely wasted, and it was an absolute hilarity ensued. A lot of trash talking, a lot of having fun, a lot of vulgar curse words, which I don't normally do. However, for that special stream, it happened to be the flavor of the week, which is fantastic. Speaking of, we're actually going to have a D&D event next week. So if you want to watch us play D&D, or in fact play D&D yourself, I think we already have 4. But if you want to join us for D&D, that will be next Saturday. And if you're in my Discord, you can actually vote for what day it happens. So, woohoo! Okay, so as we were... so much to do, so little time. Maybe I can get the seashell bracelet at Tines and Trinkets. Or maybe the playground. Or fireflies will be probably coming out, right? Don't I get a say in this? Lizzie looked over at you, narrowing her eyes, like she was very seriously contemplating the answer to that question. A strong gust of wind made you shiver. Lizzie huffed as she wrapped her arms around herself. Rude. Doesn't the wind know that summer's not over yet? That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning her heel and heading off in the direction your mothers have gone. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most of tomorrow. You thought this was over, looking towards the water again. Lizzie didn't wait, and before long she was disappearing down the road. You follow Lizzie. You're getting rather chilly about yourself, and there's plenty to do inside. You didn't bother trying to catch up with Liz. Wait, what? Didn't I literally click following Lizzie? You didn't bother trying to catch up. Sam! Not helping. You didn't bother trying to catch up with Lizzie, swinging your arms at your sides as you strolled around the beach. It was getting colder, but you couldn't want to help the last bits of daylight while you could. Not too much farther down, you spotted a familiar green head of hair moseying along the shore. Honestly, under normal circumstances, I would keep going because I don't want to lose Lizzie. Oh, you followed her, but you didn't run up to her. Yeah, I don't want to lose Lizzie. Like, I'm responsible for Lizzie, so I gotta be there. Cove was busy doing something on his own, but you were heading home anyway, so you turned your eyes back to the road and kept moving. When you arrived, you saw your mother's in the kitchen, still working at dinner. You shut the door behind you, shivering lightly as you adjusted the more pleasant temperature inside. Welcome home.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, Four, will you set the table? You've been on your way to your room, and you stared longingly in that direction as you consider the question. Mom hadn't said you had to help. Wait. Four, will you set the table? If she asked me to it, then I have to. Okay. Even though you had hoped to play, the fond look your mom sent you made it worthwhile. After you finished setting up the plates, you stayed in the kitchen chatting with your parents. It seemed like now the summer was winding down, time was speeding by. Soon, it'd be time to eat. Lizzie talked about the busy schedule she made for herself tomorrow. And as you watched the window and thought about how much you're going to miss the long, fun-filled days of sun and play. That night, it was hard to sleep for some reason. You stared blankly at the bits of dust and stuff floating in the air. Summer would be over soon. School would be starting up again. You couldn't help but feel... I was gonna say nervous. Strange. You weren't sure what this feeling was. You knew that summer would return for another year, but laying in your small bed, in your silent room, it felt like you'd never be able to get the days you were leaving behind back. What if the ones waiting for you weren't as good? You let out a heavy sigh, rolling on your side. Ready or not, it was all right around the corner. Why are you laughing, Crystal? Because I ditched green hair? I am not a simp. I am 8 years old. God, that's such a terrible line to say. My character. Okay, minor complaint. What age am I? What age am I supposed to be, huh? It should say at least like, this is your expected age for this segment. So you mean to tell me I was an 8-year-old who wore watches? You trusted an 8-year-old with a watch? I mean, maybe if it's like a cheap plastic one. I love that this game is summer coded, while the other game that they made is autumn coded. Oh, I can feel that, yeah. Okay, so you said up my comfort, and you said I should increase my interest by 1? Is that what you're suggesting? Crystal? Interest by 1. Okay, so I'm now fond of him. And should I don't see why I should feel anything other than relaxed. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to change the comfort level unless something happens. Relaxed fondness. Yeah, I think this is good. You could choose to customize Cove yourself. Let his prior experiences determine it. So I hit neither. Yeah, if I don't want to customize it. I want him to be whatever he's supposed to be at this time. All right. August ended. September began. It was time to go back to school. Lizzie groaned and complained the entire first week. She hated going to classes. Still, there were interesting things to do that can't be done anywhere else. You weren't sure how Cove felt about it. He was enrolled that year. That was like a sign Cove would be staying in Sunset Bird for a while. At school, he was alright, but he kept his distance from the other kids. From what you saw, anyway. Originally, start playing level 2 with a fond interest level. Originally, he treated you like everyone else, passing by as if you didn't know each other. But as the years went on, two of you acknowledged each other more and more. A friendship had started to grow. That year, the divorce of Cove's parents was finalized. You overheard your parents talking about it, and Cove's dad got full custody. Oh, snap. At first, you were worried that meant bad news, and it made Mr. Holden cry, apparently. Oh, snap. We're getting lore drops. He still had feelings. Ooh. And then you found out that it meant Cove would keep living with his dad. He would only stay with his mom a few weeks of the year. Cove cried true. For different reasons, he thought. It all seemed like Cove and his dad might move again, but Mr. Holden decided to stay after all. Mom asked about it once. He said he didn't want to uproot Cove's life a second time. Mr. Holden tried to get Cove to like Sunset Bird more. He kept trying to encourage his son to go out and see the place. Sometimes Mr. Holden volunteered you to spend time with Cove. You weren't sure how well it worked in changing Cove's thoughts of the town, yet it must have been a part of the reason you and Cove ended up growing closer. Cove never talked to anyone about what happened with his parents and withdrew whenever it was brought up. It was hard for him, yet no one knew how to help. Eventually, Cove stopped crying on his own. You couldn't understand what had changed. Still, you worried about him. You could tell he wasn't completely happy. Maybe one day, he could see out loud what he felt inside. After that, it felt like things had gone back to normal. Except what was normal didn't stay the same. Years passed, and suddenly you're in middle school. You weren't a kid anymore. You were 13 years old. That's why Cove was low-key beefing with his dad in step 1. Yeah, I get that. That officially made you a teen, even if your sister didn't agree. The toys and crayons that were used to litter every free space